Welcome to Growing Fashion Villioti Unpicked. Join us as we explore the journey of Villioti and our talented fashion students. It's an extraordinary place which is filled with fun, passion, and lots of laughter.
Hi everybody, and welcome to our new review for 2023. And it's our first review for 2023. And what we are covering in today's episode is we are looking at the OSCARS of 2023.
The Oscars.
Right? We always like to speculate and we like to look at behind the scenes and we like to look at what has gone down there. What did they call it this year? The champagne carpet. It wasn't
The champagne carpet. Well, the red carpet.
Why
for the first time.
Why the champagne?
They hired one of the people that do the red carpet. But also the champagne carpet makes it has something to do with the lighting.
Yes.
Makes it look better.
Focusing more on the clothes rather
And the
than...
dresses being on the red carpet always doesn't always work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our overall feel of the Oscars this year, it was our first Oscars straight out of COVID. So I had large expectations of what we could expect to see walking down the champagne carpet, seeing as, you know, COVID has officially exited the doors.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And we had a kind of true bring back to our old normal at these type of events. So I was expecting like really big ball gown. I was expecting like
A lot of glamour.
No,
there wasn't a lot. There was glamour, but it was more
Subdued.
It was subdued
Very
and a bit
very
more.
quiet.
Yeah, it wasn't as grand as I thought it could be.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if that moment is here yet. I don't think.
the grand moment.
Yeah,
that's exactly
Even
what-
Lady Gaga, I mean, yeah, her dress was beautiful. The Versace black dress.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was Lady Gaga. It would have been nice on somebody else, but Lady Gaga, you'd expect her to arrive.
True.
And she didn't. She just looked like anybody else, really,
Mhm.
which is not the Lady Gaga that we used to see, which
Yeah.
was a lot of fun and exciting and like we didn't know what
A
was
wild
coming.
approach.
So yeah, I thought the black Versace dress was gorgeous, but not on her.
Mm.
Do you agree?
I'm gonna fight you. I like the dress.
I like the dress.
I like the dress. I mean, the proportions might not have been perfect on her.
She
But
has
at
a
least it
short
was
girl
something.
and the skirt cut
I
it
think
off at a
it
weird
also
angle.
felt like at least it was something in comparison to a lot of the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hers felt like a moment. Also, we must remember the Academy Awards happened then. It was Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And that Versace show had just happened a few days before.
Mm.
So it was either a sample or it was made for her.
Yeah.
So I thought it was quite nice that I didn't mind it on her.
I thought she looked great. I just didn't think she looked enough Lady Gaga.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all my thing is. I want to see Lady Gaga spectacular, different
Fireworks.
fireworks, something like. I mean, she arrived once in a meat dress. That is.
That was MTV Music
Musical
Awards.
Yeah, but still, she's
She
arrived in
had the
a.
Valentinos before at
Yes, and they were
yes,
quite...
they were beautiful.
Yeah. So I just felt that she should have done more.
Mm.
Like as you say, for me then it was okay, just choose something quickly off the runway. It works. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like she had put enough. Like
Like
she
effort
usually
into the
puts
styling.
enough. It's like a whole production for Lady Gaga.
No, I get it.
And do you think maybe the turn, instead of it being a glamour take to the Oscars, this year I seem to read a lot of reports saying that they went with a very strong modern take on the evening wear that they were wearing, especially the men.
Yeah, I think when we were looking at the evening wear, very modern, but also very symbolic of like new beginnings. I think in general, especially post-COVID, a lot of the carpet was champagne. A lot of the guests were in white or very subdued colors. There was nothing too sort of saturated, nothing very intense.
And then
I
you
wonder
get
how
a
it's
Warriors neckline.
Well,
She's an older woman and she was expressing all of the details.
I didn't think she looked good at all. She's a tiny person,
No,
and
it
that
wasn't
dress was
appropriate.
just too much going on.
Now we've kind of looked at what we thought of the base of it, of the Oscars. Why don't we just look at what some of our best dressed options would be?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Jamie Lee Curtis.
Ooh.
I really
No,
liked
I'm
her
just
and I was really happy with
No,
her.
I like. I think she looked beautiful for a more mature woman.
Mhm.
The dress was. I loved the fabric and the way that it was all beaded with crystals and
The
everything.
boning on the outside.
I didn't like the boning on the outside.
like it at all.
I think that spoiled it, but the way she looked, I think she looked quite fabulous in her dress. I think she looked good for her age, for her who she is. I think she looked great.
Who was your top menswear?
I like very classic, I like clean looks. And Pascal Pedro. Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
Pedro Pascal. Pascal Pedro.
Whatever you.
One of the two. Sorry, I really liked his. He had like a beautiful, like obviously dark suit, and then he had like almost a collared type white shirt underneath with no bow tie or cravat or tie
Well,
or
his
anything like that.
stylist has been quite good.
So I really, really liked his look.
I would have an absolutely disgusting, but I really like Austin Butler's.
Okay.
I thought it was just,
Okay.
it was impeccable.
Yeah.
It was a YSL suit, but it was so good. It was incredible. Some of my best dressed. I think definitely number one was Rihanna in Alaya.
Okay.
I know, controversial, but
She's
I loved
pregnant
it.
all the time.
She's pregnant, it's fine. It's a liar.
No, she did. She
She was a
looked stunning.
liar. But also I'm a sucker for a liar.
Mhm.
So
But who isn't?
be surprised. No, but I loved it. Rihanna and Alaya was incredible. I liked Malala and Ralph Lauren.
Mhm.
I really liked that. What was the other one? I really liked.
You can-
Well, I really like those two. Those are
With the feathers.
definitely. Oh, and
Dior.
Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh and Dior. Very controversial. Very controversial for me to like anything that was Dior.
Because
I
of
hate anything that's Maria Grazia. But Michelle Yeoh in Dior was breathtaking.
But she was
Vision,
just so
it was
deserving and
dream.
humble, and her whole
It just
approach
it
was
made
beautiful.
it made sense.
Mhm.
It worked incredibly on her.
Excellent styling.
I thought it was absolutely magical.
My choices, though. Let's see. I really liked Fan Bing Bing in Tony Ward.
That was incredible.
But that big
Breathtaking.
green. But she looks like a vixen. She's like
She does. She always does.
she's like vampiric almost, and she had these like those big green
Like sort of
like
bow
sleeve-
structures.
sleevey type things with that
Mhm.
silver underneath. It was very strong,
Very strong.
very poised,
I thought it was quite lovely.
stunning, and borderline 80s.
Very big, like very 80s done right now.
Yes, stunning.
Which was stunning.
Loved it. I really, really, and I know she's going through such a difficult time at the moment, the poor woman. She really is. And everyone's saying that she's cancelled.
Now I'm
but I
dying to
want
know
to
who
be
this is.
cancelled. Cara Delevingne.
Oh no. I have a theory on Cara Delevingne. Cara Delevingne's image is being fixed by Vogue because of the Met Gala. That's why Cara Delevingne looked absolutely stunning.
There we go.
In Elisab, right?
Yes, she was in Elisab, and then for the Vanity Fair Oscars party.
Let's not get into the
Or
Vanity
Delcourt.
Oscars because the Vanity Fair, that's where I feel like we were robbed. Because
the
everyone
fashion
was stunning
amazing.
there. Everyone was incredible.
And everybody that could be there was there.
Well, I guess
Jennifer Coolidge,
it was
Kendall
good.
and Kylie,
Oh,
Billie Eilish,
Kendall, Kylie, and Hailey Bieber.
and Hailey Bieber. So I mean, everybody was at the Vanity Fair Oscars party. And I mean, Cara Delevingne completely killed for me the Oscars as well as the Vanity Fair after party. Like it was the right amount of everything, the looks. I mean, for me, she looked beautiful.
Mhm.
My third was Winnie Harlow. Winnie Harlow for Oscars, she wore Armani Privé for the Oscars, and then she also looked absolutely amazing at the Vanity Fair. Don't you like the dress?
I love the dress.
Did you like her?
Yeah.
I think she looked amazing. She composed beautifully. She had, I mean, For me, I loved the whole
Experience.
story that she was telling
I
on
loved
the
it.
carpets.
Vanity, like if we really
That's a
want to
whole
get
new
it-
discussion.
That's an entirely different discussion because there we actually had fashion. We had people that actually looked.
What about the feather
really
dress?
good? Hunter Schafer in Antonia Mista. My
Yes.
God, that was heaven. That's what
It was heaven, but I also appreciated
I
the
loved
daringness of it.
I love it, but it's such a code of Antonia Mista, and I thought it was fantastic, especially
was.
now with them having the new creative director over there. Oh, fantastic!
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, on to our worst or our least liked dresses or looks on the red carpet.
I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a personal taste thing.
Well, that's personal taste, and we'd like to hear from you what your favorites and what your worst looks on the red carpet or the champagne carpet were. And may I be daring and say, leave your comments about the Vanity Fair,
Oh, 100%.
Oscars after party looks as well. Leave your comments and let's hear what you guys have to say as well. But from my side, I will say, I'll leave that one for last so you don't shout at me. First, I would say Sandra Oh and Giambattista Valli. I didn't like.
I just think at this point, Giambattista Valli is so overdone.
But for me,
It
it
just
looked
doesn't
like
feel nice
Beyonce's
anymore.
Lemonade.
It just doesn't feel nice anymore. It doesn't feel cool. It just feels like very 2010. It just doesn't feel good anymore.
So I was quite shocked to see that color, that like mustardy color, the drape look. I mean, it's a couture piece.
I mean, I didn't mind it if we were looking at, but
I've seen that dress before.
I've seen her look better before.
Yes, exactly. Then I have The Rock in D&G in Dolce & Gabbana. He wore a peachy, salmon-y type jacket that I just don't think suits this man. And his bow tie just looked a little bit like it had a nap that day.
Yeah.
It's just
not quite there.
not quite there. So I'm not standing for that look. As much as I appreciate the fact that he took the risk to dress that way, I don't personally like that look for him. If he wore a normal, like if he did like a proper Armani cut suit, black,
Fantastic.
he would have looked fabulous.
I don't know how I felt about Halle Bailey in Dolce & Gabbana.
But I'm just so happy
But
because
that's
she's the
also-
Little Mermaid.
I know, that's why I feel really bad, but it was Dolce & Gabbana.
It doesn't feel like a Dolce
always
& Gabbana dress.
was.
Wow.
And they're also very like, you know, they're Dolce & Gabbana, they're very controversial people. I don't know how I feel about people wearing Dolce & Gabbana.
Well, look at The Rock.
Well, and another one that wasn't, well, Anna de Armas, I think in Louis Vuitton, but you don't really have high expectations of Louis Vuitton at this point. I think she could have really played it up quite a bit, especially with the Marilyn blonde roll.
Louis Vuitton.
But then Louis Vuitton did have that incredible look on Deepika, and I thought it was absolutely stunning. That black sort of trumpet gown with the Cartier jewels. But I thought that was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my honorable mentions
Yeah.
was Deepika in Louis Vuitton. I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, Anna de Armas, not
so
necessarily. And here's the very controversial one. Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett that night just deserved better. She deserved better in general. She was robbed. She wore a sucky Moschino dress.
Well, it wasn't a sucky dress.
I
don't think it matched her.
I think
Put
especially
someone
for
like
this
Gigi
moment.
Hadid in that.
No, I think it was a fantastic dress, right? I just think for the moment and the actress that Angela Bassett is, especially with the role that she had played and she was nominated for, I think a dress that was a little more serious, a little more, that played to her character. Queen Ramonda, I think it would be quite, I think it could have felt
Now's
more
your chance to bring
special.
out
Yeah.
true roots.
Yeah, I think you could have really went with an African designer.
Yeah.
Here was your time. Wear something that was African. because I mean that's what I think it was really a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
The hair, I mean, she always looks incredible. She'll always look incredible.
Yeah.
It's Angela Bassett. The color was electrifying on her. It was stunning. But I think just for that moment, there could have been something much more special. So, worst dress, not necessarily, but most disappointing, definitely. Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of this discussion. We've got many more coming up. And if you would like any discussions to happen in the future, let us know in the comments below. So if there's anything you'd like to see us chat about, any topics you'd like to see us chat about, we'd love to know from you. But the Oscars, I think, overall turned out to be a really fun viewing of fashion behind the champagne carpet.
I think it was quite lovely.
It was fresh, it was different.
It was fresh. I mean, have we seen better? Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Has this got us excited about Met Gala this year? 100%.
Yeah, because we've got, I think everyone's got some big
I think
expectations.
everyone's got very big shoes to fill this year with Karl Lagerfeld being.
But the whole play on Chanel as well.
Incredible.
There's going to be some amazing things.
Well, I guess you'll just have to wait for that review, won't you?
Here we go. So from Mohammed and myself, we would like to say goodbye. But feel free to like the video and subscribe to our page for more content.
Thank you. What do we do? Are we good?